You know, Nick, after today's episode, I think you might have a little bit of a change of heart.
Here's the thing. I've had 30 plus years of hatred built up for this. Mm-hmm. I've been just waiting for an opportunity.
Well, I think if you don't have a newfound love, hopefully you'll have a newfound respect for it.
Doubtful, but we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, this is Paul.
And this is Nick.
And this is Cereal.
Cereal!
Today we're going to start with a cereal that we have in just a few episodes already been pretty vocal about how we feel about it.
I mean, yeah, it's no secret. There's no love lost between me and the cereal, between Paul and the cereal. We're talking about Pebbles today.
We're absolutely talking about Pebbles, both varieties.
It's like I almost don't even want to talk about it because that gives it too much legitimacy. It gives it too much value just to even bring it up. If we bring it up, it's like you're confirming that it exists, and it should not have cerealhood. Is what I'm saying.
It's one of those cereals for me that I've always really wanted to like it. Like I've really tried, and I just can't. I'm just constantly disappointed by it.
Yeah, it really is one of those cereals that you want to give it a chance. You every once in a while you think, you know what? I hated this cereal a long time ago, but I'm a grown up now. I eat Brussels sprouts. I pay for my own meals. Maybe I've grown into liking these kinds of cereals. No, it's always disappointing every time. Mm-hmm. Every time.
You're just like, man, fell for it again. It's like scratch off lottery tickets.
But at least scratch off lottery tickets, like the money somehow goes to like children's education or something like that.
And there's a potential for a payout.
Right, exactly. With Fruity Pebbles, it's disappointment every time. The only hope that you have is in your own head. And it's trapped forever.
Oh boy. Well, let's take a little history course here. I started doing some digging, and there's a lot of very interesting backstory to this cereal, and so I kind of have a newfound respect for the history and sort of the story of the cereal. It doesn't mean you have to enjoy eating it, but from a trivia perspective, it's quite fascinating. So it's by the Post Cereal Company. And in the 1950s and 60s, you had a cereal called Rice Krinkles.
Rice Krinkles?
Post Sugar Rice Krinkles.
It's got a bunch of names. It's Sugar Rice Krinkles, Super Rice Krinkles, and they had something with sparkles, like Super Rice Crinkle Sparkle, something like that.
I can't believe that a cereal called Rice Krinkles didn't make it in the marketplace.
And if you go out there and look right now, it was endorsed by this super creepy clown.
Take it from Krinkles. That's me.
Well, see, it makes sense now because once you pour milk onto like Fruity Pebbles or Rice Krinkles or whatever, and you like leave it sit there for about like 13 to 14 seconds, it does look like the liquefied cremains of a clown. So
a crying clown.
It looks like the hopes and dreams of a clown cried into a bowl. That's what it looks like.
So go ahead and look at that. It's a black and white commercial. I couldn't even click the play button. It was so terrifying. They replaced his name was Krinkles too. Krinkles the clown.
Ugh. They
replaced Krinkles the clown with a stereotypically offensive Asian mascot.
Oh boy.
Haircut, squinty eyes, kimono, and his name is So High.
Oh god.
Because
really?
And so at times he's wearing like the cone hat like Raiden wears from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. And
other times he's wearing a bowl of sugar crinkles on his head. And according to Mr. Breakfast, MrBreakfast.com, by the way, is an awesome cereal website. And according to some interviews from back in the day, his name is So High because he's like hunched over and he's like holding the cereal like on his back, and his name's So High because he's only so high from the ground.
Oh wow! Oh Jesus!
It's brutal. So you've got that. And it's really a Bush League cereal. They're trying to do, they've got these stupid campy little mascots. They even did a promo with Chitty Chitty Bang Bang where you could get the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car.
Like a child could win the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car?
So no, it's like a Matchbox car.
Oh, I'm thinking like somebody just won, like a kid just won the Batmobile or something like that.
Yeah, but it's the Adam West one, and you're like, so the cereal's not doing well. So you're getting into the late 60s, early 70s, and there's a product manager at Post who, after a lot of finagling and probably a lot of deals and discussions, they end up licensing the use of the Flintstones from Hanna-Barbera to not only save this cereal, but apparently Post's cereal business was kind of not doing so hot. So they're going to license the use of this Flintstones characters to reinvigorate their cereal. So here's what I found very interesting. They finally end up releasing Pebbles in 1971. Mm-hmm. So I started doing some research on the Flintstones. Do you know when the Flintstones originally aired?
Like 1956? Something like that?
You're close. From 1960 to 1966.
Okay.
And there are all these incredible facts. It was the first animated primetime American TV series. And it was the most financially successful network animated franchise until The Simpsons.
That adds up. You don't think about that. You don't think about the Flintstones being like that. I mean, it's definitely a seminal part of a culture, but you don't think about it being like as successful a franchise as it was, especially for only airing for 6 years. Like it only aired for 6 seasons, right? 7 seasons?
Absolutely. And what's also interesting is I remember as a kid seeing clips of black and white Flintstones episodes, but I don't ever remember seeing like a Flintstones rerun in black and white.
Right.
And I think part of the reason was I've seen these clips and it's awesome where you have Fred smoking a cigarette. Have you ever seen those?
I don't think so.
It's like black and white and he's like, oh, it's a cool Winston cigarette. So there were 2 sponsors of seasons 1 and 2, and Winston was one of the co-sponsors, Welch's being the other one. So they would like animate in these integrated commercials towards the end. So it was like part of the show, but it wasn't part of the show. And, Wilma would light him up a cool Winston cigarette.
And then make him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with that tobacco jelly that's in the fridge.
Where's my grape juice? So
get that Smuckers out of the house, Wilma. It's Welch's or nothing.
It's Welch's, Wilma. So as they're writing the show, in season 3 comes out, they want to write in a child. They were going to have the Flintstones have a boy, but the marketing guys, the fat cats, told them to write in a female baby because they could move more female dolls rather than male dolls. So that's how they get Pebbles.
I know that's a really smart move, but still it feels gross. It still feels gross.
Feels so deceptive. Like you're like, come on. And at that time, Winston leaves the show and Welch's becomes the main sponsor, and they start writing in grape juice and jelly into the show, which I mean, they don't even, I guess they do product placement now, but is it that well, I guess, and it's a cartoon. So, I mean, it's not like they can't make them do whatever they want, but is product placement that obvious?
Oh,
nowadays?
Yeah. Especially car commercials. Like cars and television today are ridiculous. Like New Girl is notorious for this.
Are they doing it like kind of to be campy, or are they like being serious?
It depends on the take. Like 30 Rock did it, but 30 Rock does it in a very break the fourth wall kind of way.
Yeah, like they did the great with the Snapple mascot and the Verizon phones.
The Verizon phone one was my favorite. I love that.
That's great.
Can we have our money now?
And is that how New Girl and all these other shows do it? I feel like New Girl could get away with it.
When they start hitting like the buzzwords and they start hitting like the requirements, you're just like, yeah. I'm watching a commercial now.
Mm-hmm. And it's like if they use like patented words that don't mean anything. It's like the hands-free park assist feature system.
Exactly. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Once Pebbles is born, the show really starts becoming more focused on children and less adults, because it was an adult focused show for the first couple seasons. the adult audience starts to dwindle off and it becomes a lot more of a kid show, which is perfect for more marketing, more tie-ins. Season 4, the Rubbles adopt Bam Bam, which I also found interesting that he's adopted.
Yeah.
And there's sort of like a subtle, I guess there's a subtle nod to the fact that Barney and Wilma can't have, or Barney and Betty can't have a child of their own. And it's like kind of the first show to address infertility on American primetime television.
I mean, I'm not saying that Barney and Betty didn't probably get around. I mean, those two couples were very close. But yeah.
They were very close.
They were very close. And had that show lasted into the 70s a little bit deeper.
Oh, yeah. Total key party going on.
Key parties all day long, even though like there's only two couples, and there's only two keys in that bowl. With maybe Mr. Slate comes over with his wife,
and the Great Gazoo.
The Great Gazoo.
So you've got this show that only lasts 6 seasons, and then they continue to have spin-offs and specials. Remember specials?
Yeah.
TV specials. So they would do like a Flintstones Christmas special and this and that and the other thing. And because I found that gap interesting, you've got a 5-year gap between the last airing of a new episode and the Fruity Pebbles coming out.
Right.
Although I think part of the success of that show is the theme song.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt at all. Like it was a really catchy, just a classic theme song. You don't get theme songs like that anymore.
And it's interesting how everybody has heard of the Flintstones and they know the song. Everybody knows the song.
I mean, everybody knows. It's just fun to say.
And then at the end when he goes, Wilma!
Yeah.
So then 1971, Post decides to, license the Flintstones characters as the mascots for this cereal. And this was also a first. What they normally would do is you see it now, you would license a character to do like a promotional cereal, like they have Batman cereal and, Disney does all this stuff. This basically licensed it in sort of, I'm sure it wasn't indefinitely, but they designed this whole product around a pre-existing character. And they came with Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles right off the bat, guns blazing.
Wow.
And they used the old Sugar Rice Krinkles as the base for this cereal. The original working names are so bad. The post product guys came up with these and they like leaned back and they're like, that's it.
I mean, these are the same yokels that came up with So High. So let's
exactly.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what they came up with for new product names.
Flint Chips and Rubble Stones.
Oh, so bad. Rubble Stones. Yeah, somebody probably thought about that. They like went home that night and they're just beaming to their wife. They're like, I came up with Rubble Stones tonight. I think we're gonna go with it. I think that's the one. I think I've made my career on Rubble Stones.
Well, all they did was break Flintstones in half.
Right. Yeah.
Rubble Stones? I mean, I get it would. That's redundant, and it would make more sense to say like Stone Rubble, I guess. Or is Rubble just broken stone?
Yeah. Also, Rubble is garbage. It's
As
garbage.
is the cereal. Oh,
hi-oh!
So, Post has their agency, Benton and Bowles, which is a pretty famous New York agency back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. They get to work on it, and they recommend Pebbles, Cocoa and Fruity Pebbles.
Good job, guys. Way to go. Way to save the brand.
I mean, good Lord Almighty.
Basically, Post is like the most self-destructive of all the cereal brands now, right? Post is basically just like a train wreck of a cereal brand that can't get out the gate. They're self-sabotaging. They are basically just drunk at the bar while everybody else is just coming up with like classic cereals. Post can't even get past themselves.
Yeah, Post definitely has a catalog of... They're not in the multi-meal category where they're basically a mainstream private label, but they're sort of like... They kind of knockoff cereals, but they kind of make they're a slight twist. They're like the Skechers of cereal. They've got like, oh, we kind of make our own shoe, but they're really just Toms, but we've changed the sole a little bit or something like that.
They're called Bobs. What are you talking about? They're Bobs. They're different. They're completely different.
Well, at least Tom's gives away
different letters. It's the same. It's different.
At least Tom's gives away a free pair of... No, we do it too.
We do it too. We give away 2, actually.
A left one and a right one. Hey-o!
Hey-o!
So here's the other thing that is weird, but commendable.
I'm ready for it.
They did a lot of research into the look and flavor and consistency of the cereal to match the expectations of what people would expect the Flintstones cereal to be like.
Right.
And this is what they ended up with.
They ended up with a cereal that looks like that if you were like, I don't know how much of Breaking Bad you saw, but if you saw the first season of Breaking Bad, they melt a person. It looks like if they did that to a clown and it spilled into into the ground, they dried it and then they flaked it off and put it in a box. That's what it looks like.
Or they dried it and it was like a piece of glass and they hit it with a hammer.
Yeah, exactly. It's very much like Breaking Bad, and that's what you eat. You eat the sad remains of a melted clown.
So how do you really feel about the cereal, Nick? And that's what's fascinating. Everyone knows it gets soggy. Everyone knows it doesn't really start out crunchy from the get-go, and that's what they were going for. Again, who are we to judge? It's been around for 40 years.
Yeah, I think it's primarily based on cartoon characters and brightness. I think brightness and chocolate is what it's not. It's not like they've come out with a peanut butter Pebbles or anything like that. Mm-hmm. They're definitely not trading on the sludge quality of their cereal. It's not like Post came out and was like, you know what? Yeah. Maybe Cracklin' Oat Brand's is the cracklinest, and maybe, Corn Flakes are the crunchiest, but we're going to be the sludgiest. That's our niche. That's where we're going to make it, guys. We're going to be the sludgiest cereal on the market.
Well, they're owning that space, man.
Oh, I mean, there's nobody that can even competes.
Mm-mm. And I always used to think that Cocoa Pebbles was similar to Cocoa Krispies.
Right. Yeah, it is in my head too, but it's not.
You want them to be the same.
Yeah.
It's not even crunchy right off the bat. It's almost like it's like stale flakes.
It's like immediately stale. It's like they don't even care at the Fruity Pebbles factory. They just like leave it out and they're like, oh, do you want to put these in boxes? I don't know, I guess. Whatever.
We'll get to it. I'm on break. I'm on my Winston break.
I gotta go make sure the mole people are making the Honey Bunches vote. So I'll be right back.
How old is the Fruity Pebbles machinery in that factory? You think it's just like
it hasn't been updated since Sohai was around.
And it's got like a nice sheen of like rainbow dust on it.
Oh.
All right. Well, it is a gluten-free cereal.
Is it?
It is.
Oh wow. Maybe that's why it's still around. It's because celiacs can actually eat that cereal.
Well, I was thinking about it. It is so absurdly fruity. Like it is so sweet. Mm-hmm. It's almost like fruit stripe gum type where it's just so potent. And I think part of the reason, besides the Flintstones piece, I think the Flintstones are a big part of its success, but there's not a flavor and shape equivalent. It really is the only cereal sort of in that area.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, Fruit Loops is like sugary and sweet, but it's not the same way. Like there's a structure. Like Fruit Loops has got a structure to it, and Fruity Pebbles has it's chaos. It's jazz. It's just. And
then Tricks are. So I mean, you've got hoops, you've got the puffs, but you don't have a crispy, a crispy rice fruit flavor. And what's interesting is nobody has even thought about getting into that market.
Nobody wants to get into the sludgy fruit flavored market. I don't understand. Why doesn't Kellogg's want to get into that market?
They could easily do a Fruit Flakes though.
Yeah, they could. I mean, maybe one day when Kellogg's falls from grace, maybe they'll think about some Fruit Flakes.
Mm-hmm. And they're like, you know what? Let's take the Fruit Loops. Let's put them under that rolling pin thing over at the food factory. And then just let them dry out and we'll smash them up. Bam. Knock off Fruity Pebbles.
that would be a sad day at the Kellogg's factory. It's like, this is what's come down
That's like
to,
their
boys.
last gasp attempt before the big foreign buyout.
Boys, take a knee. We're gonna have to do something that we never thought that we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to make a Fruity Pebbles. Now I know that you'd rather throw yourselves out this window than make a Fruity Pebbles cereal, but boys, we have to save the Kellogg's. We may have to suffer and swallow our prides, but don't worry, we'll all commit seppuku on the beach at sunset.
Don't worry, we won't have to swallow this cereal.
I'll die before I actually eat this cereal.
How's it taste? I don't know. You think I'm crazy, man?
I'm not a psychopath.
So do you feel the same way about Cocoa Pebbles?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the Fruity Pebbles is worse, but yeah, Cocoa Pebbles is the same. It's the same sludge. It's like, it's benefited by the fact that chocolate's amazing.
And you get a good milk afterwards.
You get a great milk afterward if you could like strain through the sludge, but if somehow you're able to separate the sludge from the milk, it's a great milk afterward. But like Fruity Pebbles leaves nothing for you. It's like it becomes a sludge. If you somehow are able to strain the milk from the sludge, the milk is too sweet for you to drink. Whatever you get at the bottom of a bowl of Fruity Pebbles is nothing but desperation and sadness. Once you drink Fruity Pebble milk, you get the sudden realization that all flavors are fake. it's like an existentialist realization. Like even as like a 6-year-old, the first time a 6-year-old drinks Fruity Pebble milk, you realize that that life is false, that we survive in a food artifice, and that life is meaningless. That's what you get. That's at the bottom of every bowl of Fruity Pebbles. That's what's waiting for you.
Wow, that's like depressing.
I mean, it's a depressing cereal. It's not me. It's Fruity Pebbles.
I bought a box for this recording.
Yeah.
If you can eat it fast enough, it's not bad. However, I don't think anybody can eat it fast enough. You have to do like a small amount at a time. Very small amount. Like a soft-boiled egg cup.
Either you eat it like Kobayashi. Or you do like a small, like a teacup, like a doll party teacup.
Absolutely.
Like you could do a shot of Pebbles, is what I'm saying.
Pebble shots. There's got to be like a fruit flavor vodka and half and half. Bam. Pebble shots.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Drink it before it curdles, just like the cereal. So one advantage that Pebbles has over almost all cereals is the advertising is it writes itself, right? You've got two well-known characters, and your concept is Barney's always trying to steal Fred's Pebbles.
Basically, it's Tricks, but with Flintstones characters.
Exactly. You got the concept of, which you've touched on previously, is someone's trying to steal the cereal from the people. It's Lucky the Leprechaun, the Tricks Rabbit, which is the one where they never give him the cereal. Is it Silly Rabbit, Tricks Are for Kids? And it's like right at the end, they're like, hey, here's a spoonful, psych.
I think that there's one time that the Tricks Rabbit actually tried to buy the cereal from the store. Even then, they're just like, no, you can't even legitimately purchase the cereal. There's nothing you can do. We're going to stop you at all times. And we're going to be like grossly in your face about it. We're going to rub your nose in it like you're a puppy that just peed on the floor. And we're going to be like, ha, silly rabbit, Tricks Are for kids, not for dumb rabbits.
The poor droids. They just want to drink at the cantina. But it's not like they drink, or maybe they do. They drink Pebble milk. In the future, Star Wars, it fuels aliens. You saw what happened when they cut open the android from Alien. Spoiler alert. He was filled with Pebble milk.
It's all Pebble milk. And that's why they're all so sad.
They have no emotion. They had it.
They had emotion. At one point, they are all built with emotion, but then they're filled with Pebble milk, and they lost their will to live.
Do you remember any specific Pebbles scenarios? that have any meaning, or is it just sort of the standard?
I mean,
Barney, my Pebbles.
well, that's the Christmas one is the one that always comes to mind for me.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
I mean, the Christmas one is still stuck in my head. Every Christmas, I still get. I haven't seen that commercial in years, but every Christmas, I still think of, ho ho ho, I'm hungry.
Oh, ho, ho, I'm hungry.
Is that when Barney is dressed like Santa?
Yeah, he tries to dress like Santa, but Santa's already downstairs eating the pebbles. And Barney gets down on the ground. He's like, Santa, my pebbles! And Fred's like, your pebbles! And Santa's all like, 'tis the season to be sharing, Fred. Happy holidays, pal.
Oh, Fred.
Like that song, that commercial is drilled into my head.
Yeah, it's definitely it's along the lines of the Hershey's Kisses playing the bells.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah,
And the Cadbury Bunny auditions. It's like they wrote one good commercial, and I mean they'll play the Cadbury one now, and it's in low def.
Yeah.
Not only is it the original tapes, it's got the black bars on the side, and it looks like they're just broadcasting a VHS recording.
yeah, I know. But still, like every time that the lion tries out,
Friendlier, maybe.
like I still laugh at that. That still makes me laugh.
It plays, man. It plays, I tell you.
It does play, even though it's low quality.
Yeah, the holiday one is one that sticks out to me. And I don't remember a lot of Cocoa Pebbles commercials. I really remember a lot more of the Fruity Pebbles commercials.
Yeah, I remember Fruity Pebbles commercials. The Cocoa Pebbles commercials. One, I feel like that Barney can't steal Cocoa Pebbles because like it's Bam Bam was the mascot. Like that should be Barney's cereal, right? Come to think of it, like if you look at the Pebbles cereals as being like proxies for the children, like Barney's constantly trying to steal Fred's child all the time.
Well, he I don't want to go there.
Like he's trying to kidnap Fred's child and eat it all the time.
See, I think that's you, bro. I don't think that's the cereal.
That's how desperate Barney is to have like a family. He couldn't have. His swimmers are dead. He can't impregnate his wife, and he had to adopt Bam Bam. Bam Bam is a ruckus. Like he wreaks havoc everywhere. But Pebbles, always so chill, like super chill kid. I mean, gets into trouble every once in a while, but you know that's just the way the Flintstones are. That's just prehistoric times. And then so Barney wants to have like that family, wants to have that cool, chill family, wants to have like the nuclear family, and trying to steal Fred's kid all the time. But we see it through cereal. We see it through Pebbles, so that it's not as disturbing as it could be.
Yeah, you're either insane and way out there, or this is super dark. It's like really dark.
This is what I'm saying is waiting for you at the bottom of every bowl of Fruity Pebbles. It's all only darkness and evil.
Okay, so there are different varieties of the cereal, and I got to be honest with you, I knew we would end up going down this path, so I didn't even bother researching what flavors have been out there. I'm sure they've had variations on fruity or cocoa, but I'm sure you've seen these ice cream pebbles.
Oh, I have seen ice cream Pebbles.
I think it's like sherbet flavor.
Yeah, I mean, can that be anything? I mean, do they even bother with the Pebbles at that point? Is it just like a thing full of flavored sugar? Is it just a bag full of flavored sugar that you just pour into a bowl?
I don't know, but it sounds... Everyone knows my feelings on vanilla flavored cereals.
Yeah.
This just sounds terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind a vanilla flavored cereal, but when you have like Cocoa and Fruity Pebbles, like at least chocolate and cereal has a rich history of being acceptable at the breakfast table. Mm-hmm. Fruity Pebbles at least has the artifice of being fruit.
Well, it's got a track record. You can't argue with its track record.
Right. But when you introduce a cereal that pretends to be ice cream, like that's a bridge too far.
And it's basically just probably got a powdered cream flavor to it, you know? It's Fruity Pebbles with like a fake, I'm guessing it's got some artificial vanilla flavor that would just make me pass out.
Yeah.
No good.
No good.
Well, here's the next thing, and I'm really hoping you can speak to some of this, is I feel like Pebbles has sort of found a new life and a new acceptance in the food world.
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad that we get to talk about this, because it definitely does.
And someone I mean, we all knew this, but somebody finally said, you know what? This cereal needs to stay dry. And the only thing in the world that tastes worse than Fruity Pebbles dry are sprinkles. And they've basically become like a hip, cool replacement for rainbow sprinkles.
For sure. Absolutely. 100%. And like for everything that I've said about only doom and desperation being at the bottom of a bowl of Fruity Pebbles, like it's like if I see it on top of a donut or pie, like it tastes so good. And that's really Fruity Pebbles' destiny. It's like people are wasting their time like trying to put it in a bowl and trying to eat it out of a bowl with cereal or with milk. Get it out of the cereal aisle. Put it in the baker's aisle. That's where Fruity Pebbles belongs. It belongs as like a nice crunchy topping for your pies and for your pastries.
Yeah. You know what Indiana Jones would say about Fruity Pebbles and milk?
What's that?
That belongs in a museum. That cereal with milk, it's old, man.
It is.
Nobody needs that anymore.
No.
And we've gone from Stone Age to Renaissance right here.
Yeah.
Now, of course, as we all know, I'm not as hip as Nick, but I'm a big fan of like frozen yogurt places. And I love the fact that they've got so many cereal toppings.
Yeah.
Pebbles being one of them.
And it's a great frozen yogurt topping. It's because it's Fruity Pebbles has that burst of flavor. It doesn't freeze, so that, like when you bite into it, you don't break all your teeth. Ironic because it's named after rocks, but it's got that burst of flavor. It's got that crunch to it.
Yeah, I'm really happy that it has taken on as a topping.
Yeah. That's its destiny, man.
You called it, by the way, too. When I get like Menchie's or something like that, it's really just a vehicle for me to eat candy.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
It's like I never buy frosted animal crackers at home, so I'm just going to fill a bowl with it on top of my peach yogurt.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
They don't taste good together, but I'm really just here for the cookies and that, they make this stuff that is probably so bad for you. It's like cheesecake bites.
Yeah.
I have no idea how they make them or even what it is. I probably don't want to know, but it is so good. And it's like cheesecake dice. I'm having a hard time finding some of these more hip, cool Fruity Pebble confections. The Super Cereal Podcast obviously is on Instagram, and we're sort of connected with a bunch of different food groups out there. And there's like a donut shop in Chicago that's got a whole line of cereal donuts.
There's one. There's a donut place here too that does that cereal top donuts, including Fruity Pebbles and Fruit Loops.
Really? So is the Fruity Pebbles on top of like the pink icing?
Yep.
Nice. Do they do a cinnamon toast crunch donut?
They do. Yeah, they do have one of those.
Oh man, those all look really good.
Yeah.
And then I saw some ice cream sort of creations that are using Fruity Pebbles. Again, it's like they take a cone and they roll it in the pebbles.
Brilliant idea. Such a good idea.
There's a place in New York, I wish I could remember it, and it looks like they do a milkshake, and the cup is edible.
Oh man!
So I think it looks like a chocolate covered waffle cup. Think like a fast food cup, like a small or medium fast food cup. It's chocolate covered. There's toppings on the outside of the cup.
Right.
And then they fill it with ice cream and like milkshake and whipped cream and toppings. And then as you get through the thing, you just start eating the cup. And then if you also look up Fruity Pebbles recipes, just like online, there's tons of stuff.
Yeah.
It's very encouraging to see that somebody had the foresight to be like, God, I bought all these. Because also Fruity Pebbles comes in a huge box.
Comparatively, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, so somebody's like, I'm stuck with all these friggin' pebbles, man. And then
I've just gotten over all the sadness and depression that I've suffered from actually eating a bowl of Fruity Pebbles. Now, what am I going to do with the rest of the cereal?
And then, ice cream topping, cupcake, cookie toppings. It's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, I've seen recipes for Fruity Pebbles. They take the place of funfetti. Like you bake it into the batter. So it's like a funfetti kind of thing. That's a great idea. It's a great idea. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's Fruity Pebbles' destiny. It's been wasting our time being in the cereal aisle when it belongs in the baking aisle.
It's kind of like those people that discover they're a really good painter at like 50 years old.
Yeah.
That's what Fruity Pebbles is.
Yeah. It's been meandering around in the cereal aisle for so long, just like fooling people into thinking that it's a fine cereal to eat, and tricking them with cartoon characters and bright colors when really it belongs in a different aisle entirely.
Well, it was society telling the cereal that this is who you are and this is all you're going to be and you need to accept it.
Yeah.
And for a long time, it did.
And now it's 2016 and we know that Fruity Pebbles has a different destiny.
Like a phoenix rising from the rubble.
So, Paul, at the beginning of this podcast, you told me that by the end of this episode, I would have a newfound respect for Pebbles cereal. And I didn't believe you because I hate Fruity Pebbles so much. Mm-hmm. But here I am, longing for some Fruity Pebbles.
Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum,
So thank you guys for listening to the Super Cereal Podcast. You can find us on iTunes and Stitcher and Google Play Music and probably other places too that I'm not even thinking of. But if you are on iTunes, why don't you toss a rating our way? Give us a few stars, maybe 5 or so. Mm-hmm. And tell us what you think of the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we're on Facebook, having a little conversations here or there, posting sort of supporting material. You can find our Tumblr page, which is what we consider our air quote website.
Our website.
Because it's free. And also on Instagram. So the Instagram is managed by Nick and I, and it's fun because as we find cereal related items out in the real world, we just slap them up there and all that good stuff. And send us your pics. We've started to receive some pictures, and we'll post those up on the social media channels and get everyone involved. It's cereal. Everyone has a cereal experience. Yeah,
and we also have a Twitter if you prefer to talk to us in 140 characters or less. So on Twitter, we are the Super Cereal Pod because our handle is so many letters. And everywhere else we're a Super Cereal Podcast. Just give us a look.
Put those thumbs to work, kids.
Yeah. So, thanks for listening. I'm Nick.
And I'm Paul.
And this has been Cereal.
Cereal.
It's a nice calm ending to that one.